So you know all about VLOOKUPs and pivot tables, but need to delve deeper into some of the power features of Excel. If you are looking to take Excel to the next level, this is the course for you. I'm Nikki, I'm one of your Excel trainers. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer with an IT background, and I've been teaching and developing Excel training programs for over 15 years. Excel may have started out as a tool for accountants, but I think we all agree it now has a much wider remit. And as the workplace demands have changed, so has the tool. In fact, there have been some amazing developments in Excel in recent years, but many of these, like Power Query and Power Pivot, are largely unknown. This course combines some of the best of the old automation features, like macros, with some of the newer features to help create fully automated and accurate workbooks with minimal effort. So what can you expect? We start by looking actually at an older feature called named ranges. This allows us to simplify more complex calculations and can help solve some more challenging problems, like creating linked drop-down lists. And speaking of drop-down lists, we will learn how to create these and ensure more accurate and speedy data entry using data validation. We'll also have a quick look at data protection to help prevent people accessing or changing things that they shouldn't. We'll also have a look at a few advanced lookup functions. The problem with the VLOOKUP is while it's great for a lot of things, there are problems it can't solve, and it can actually run into performance issues. So we're going to introduce a powerhouse combination called the index and match, and then we'll also have a look at a few other functions like XLOOKUP and the indirect. We're then going to explore some aggregation functions. So one way of summarizing data is with a pivot table, but you'll know that pivots can be a little bit limiting in terms of what you can do and some of the graphic representations we can use. So an alternative is to actually use a function. And here we're going to look at sum ifs, count ifs, and average ifs. We're then going to take a break and have a look at macros. And of course, macros can help us automate all sorts of processes that are quite specialized to our industry. We won't get into full-blown coding, but we will make sure you're comfortable creating a recorded macro, and then we'll look at how we can edit that code. Taking the automation piece one step further, we're then going to hit Power Query. One of the things a lot of us have to do is fetch data, upload it, and then change it. And if you're doing this often, it can be really time-consuming. Power Query allows us to set up connections to the data source directly, and we can connect to just about anything. It could be Facebook Analytics, SAP databases, and we can then basically establish rules for how that data is pulled into Excel. So Power Query completely automates the process of fetching and cleaning our data. Once our data is all sitting there, we're going to look at one of the most exciting tools that's been introduced, which is Power Pivot. Now, Power Pivot, as it suggests, still involves pivot tables, but the architecture is completely different. Rather than loading the data into Excel, we can now load it into a related data model in memory. Not only does this mean we can work with billions of rows rather than the kind of just over a million we were limited to before, but it adds all sorts of other great little features and allows us to work with a calculation language called DAX, which means we can go next level with our data analysis. We'll then pull all of it together in a really fab interactive dashboard to learn about some of the amazing features that can help us create fully automated modern solutions. Join us for Excel Advanced.